In this video, we're going to be covering how you can set up WordPress for your SoulNode server. So I'm going to be going over how you can install WordPress. There is various apps that you can want to click install, but currently it is not enabled as of yet. This will probably be enabled in the future, but for example, as you see, we are on a specific, basically free trial version, but those should be enabled within a month or so, but you can always check here. But for now, we're going to basically manually installing WordPress for our server. So we can come to wordpress.org and download, and that link will be down in the description. Come down here and just download the WordPress, and we can exit out of that, and we should get a notification here when it does finish. So our file has finished downloading, and there's a few things I wanted to explain to you guys. So if we go to our file manager here, and we go to our public HTML, so this is the default. So this is what it looks like. So if you want your WordPress site to be exactly here, then you would just clear these files in the public HTML, and we can upload your specific WordPress site right here. So you could either install it in your base public HTML, or you could make it as a subdomain. So you could do like, I don't know, you could do blog.animpvp, or you could do like updates or something. So it just depends on what you want to do. But if you wanted to add a subdomain, just come over subdomain management. And then we're going to add a new subdomain here, and we'll just call it blog for now. Alright, so now you'll be able to access it using this specific subdomain here. If we come to our file manager and just refresh the page, it will generate a folder for us right here. So we can go into blog. So this can be accessed using the subdomain. Currently, we need to make a record for this, so that's why it's not working right now. But we can also use the subdirectory route. So we can do blog, and that will take you to the same thing as you see right here. So once we set up the subdomain, it will propagate. So let me show you how to do that real quick. So anytime you're making a subdomain, you will need to add a record in your Cloudflare. So this is going to be a blog, and we can just point it to our specific web server IP address, and we'll just hit save. So there we go. So that is going to register that subdomain, so we're going to be good on that front. Alright, so once you have uploaded your WordPress, we're going to remove these files. So we can remove them, and yes, those look good to remove, and because we don't need those ones anymore. And here's your WordPress. We need to extract it first. It's probably going to put it in a folder. Yes, we want it in the blogs, because that is our subdomain that we're going to be using. Go inside the WordPress folder, and we're just going to be copying all these files, and we're actually going to move them out here. So we need to move them into the blog, because that is our specific directory that we want, and just click move. So that's going to copy everything over. So those are all our files, and you can go to your subdomain once it is finished propagating. Mine has not registered yet, so we can just go to the directory of /blog, and that will actually bring us to the installer. Yes, we have English, and we need to set up a database. So we can just say let's go, and then we can make our database here. So if we go back to our dashboard here, go to SQL management, and we're going to make a new database for this. I'm going to call this WP for WordPress, and we'll just do WP blog for the password. Alright, and we can create our database. So now we can copy this database information into the setup. So here is the database name, and the username is still the same. And this is going to be WordPress blog, and database is localhost, so you don't need to worry about that. And this is going to be the defined prefix. So let's go ahead and submit, and that looks good. We can run our installation, and we can set up the default template. So we'll just do site title, I'll just do blog, username, and our email can be the one that we made previously, which is the admin one. And we can, discourage this if you want to do that. I'm just going to leave everything by default. So we can install WordPress. It's going to take just a little bit. So then we can use our username, email address, and our password that we made is going to be the one that it did provide for us. And we can log in here. So there is your WordPress. And if you want to visit your site, you can just click visit site at the top. And here we go. This is the admin pvp/blog. And I don't think our domain has registered the blog DNS yet. So we can try blog. Yeah, so it hasn't finished quite yet, but usually within 30 minutes to an hour or 24 hours, you should be able to go to the subdomain, which will take you to the same thing. So anyways, that is how you set up WordPress.